Welcome to Showcase, the late night show with too many hosts. Please welcome our host, Paul Danke.
Greg, you told me you were going to do that, and I was like, sure, whatever. I didn't think anything of it, and then when I heard it, I got so emotional.
I love to make people cry.
Was that improvised? That felt loose.
It was, it was pre-thought of.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never performed it for you before.
No, that's true. Greg Barris, everybody, on the piano. Great introduction. I've never felt better set up in all of my life. And
well, you can only go one way from here.
Thanks for joining us on Showcase, the show with too many hosts. And really, we are burdened with so many hosts, and except this week, the first episode where we set up the whole premise for the thing, where there's only two hosts, very normal status quo level of hosts. So it's an interesting way to set ourselves up for, not failure, I wouldn't call it failure, but certainly a misdirect, which is fun and flirty if you interpret it that way. I'm excited to introduce my other host tonight, Stevie Nelson.
Hello, everybody. A normal amount of hosts.
Seeing you take up space makes me happy.
All right.
Go for it.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that sentence.
Well, now the more that I think about it, that's what I'm looking for. People just to feel comfortable and take up as much space as they want.
I like the space you occupy, Paul.
Thank you. I'm taking as much as I can. I'm going to bring up we have a very special guest for our first episode, and we're so glad to have him on the show. You know him from the Do You Need a Ride podcast and his new album, Rescue Cactus, out on 800 Pound Gorilla. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Chris Fairbanks.
Thanks. That's a pretty good song.
Thank you.
I have another one that someone wrote for me, not to make you feel bad, but.
You're so funny and oh yeah, you're talented comedian. Oh,
Well, this is backfiring because this mic isn't on, is it?
Is it? It should be.
I think it's on.
It
yeah.
is.
Testing.
It's on.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's on for the internet.
Well,
Yeah.
my favorite part of comedy used to be flying by the seat of my pants, but that just felt awful. That just felt terrible. What am I doing? God. Last night I did stand up and someone heckled, "Nice mask." I was in Manhattan Beach. It's an area it's just like fiscally conservative surf Republicans. And they were offended. It's funny to me that the exact people, or it's ironic that the people that refuse to get vaccinated because they think it messes with your DNA are always the people with the least impressive genes. But this is, as Paul probably should have mentioned, 50% of the show today is commemorating my album dropping, but it's already a lot of it was on a comedy special. Some of it's new. Some of it's new. I was surprised to listen to it. I'm like, well, that's not on the special, but let's be honest, it's 80%, has been out there for a little over a year and a half. And I anticipated that I would feel that way. I was going to drop some other thing. I actually made a adult film, a porno film. It's a sex tape that I made with an ex, and but I watched it. I'm very unattracted to myself. There's a lot of ugly face making and bad posture, and I didn't notice I have like a little cellulite right on the side of my pec. And so I decided to not drop that. But now that quarantine's over and things, we're not distracted by systemic hate and a pandemic. I think it's time, if you could just watch it and give it, it's on RedTube and YouPorn, and if you just give it a like, it helps me, and it's only 2 minutes of your day. I thought that was enough to be a joke. Greg got it. It's like, shouldn't you have sex for longer than 2 minutes? That was the thrust of that joke. Maybe it was too easy. Maybe people saw it coming, but I kind of thought I'd say that 2-minute thing. And so much for stand-up. It was fun for 20 years. This is a bag. Isn't it weird how the American flag is just kind of offensive? It's weird how I feel uncomfortable with this tote. I shouldn't, and I'm not. I think I'm being patriotic when I say that. We should be proud of this flag, not embarrassed, which I am. This is a bag. I brought this because I'm kind of inspired by my nieces. They are teenagers, and their biggest hero is Greta Thunberg, and they are passionate about not using plastic, and they're vegan, and they make their own meals, and they picked up a bunch of garbage in my neighborhood. They're just the sweetest, and it reminded me of this. This is a bag of plastic that I was given. I hosted some event for this group called Five Gyres. They go out on these Greenpeace-like boats and go out to these swirling vortexes of plastic, which I didn't know until I did comedy for these very, very serious environmentalists, that it's plastics, like 98% of the garbage in the ocean. So the guy, the head of this company, gave me, this is all plastic that was dissected from birds and good God, it's disgusting. It smells so bad, but this was inside animals. Let's just take a look. This was 10 years ago. I was given this. This is it looks like a joint. This is like a show and tell portion. I gave up on stand-up permanently about 3 minutes ago, and this is, there's part of this, the old classic top of a bottle, I guess, in the ocean apparently, and I learned this oddly from Bill Burr's stand-up. The sun turns plastic into little tiny pieces, and then on a microscopic level, it's just in the fish and stuff. So that's what ate it. This is part of a bottle. There's a I don't feel comfortable calling, but Afro pick. I don't know how else to describe the comb. A few years ago, I wouldn't even be concerned with saying Afro pick, but here we are, and I think it's a good thing. I don't feel comfortable for the third time now saying Afro pick. But there's Afro pick, there's part of a yarmulke, there's part of a cane. An old man's cane was found in a fit. It's fun. You go through this bag and you start to feel guilty just as an American or as a white male or whatever, but quite obviously everyone has contributed. There's Afro picks and there's it's all part of an old skateboard wheel. I can feel bad on so many levels. It smells so bad. And I don't know what to do with this bag of fucking plastic. I have moved to 3 different houses with this. I can't throw it away ever. I can't recycle it. I will always have this bag of plastic in this uncomfortable patriotic satchel for the rest of my life. It'll have to be in my will. Someone will get this from me, like a canary or something, because I'm going to have it forever. There's more in there. It's a lot to be pulled from just one bird. I was told this was from one giant bird. And you see it breaks down there. That's, I told the guy, he's like, maybe. I'm like, what am I going to do with this giant bag of disgusting plastic? You can all smell it later. It's awful. And he just said, well, you have a voice, and maybe you could use it during one of your shows. And it's just, I've moved it to 3 houses, and I thought tonight would be a good time to bring things down a bit and finally use it. But I'm going to put this back in my garage in the next 3 garages I have, and I will forever have this bag of plastic. And I mean, what is it about that porno? I mean, it's just 2 minutes of your day. That seems like a perfect punchline. It's the joke that brought me out of the business and into environmentalism. I'm glad I brought this Plan B. And that's about it. I was told to do about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For Chris Fairbanks.
Thanks.
Chris, you can sit over there.
Put your satchel over here,
Yeah.
too.
It's so gross.
No, we can sit here.
No, let Stevie smell it.
I want to smell,
It,
but I don't want to touch.
oh,
Yeah, I thought you weren't supposed to touch things from birds. Like, I don't even want to pick feathers up from birds, which feels sad to me also.
Here, this is nice, right?
Don't you see a feather and go, oh, I want to pick that up so bad? And then somewhere in your brain goes, but what if the bird has a disease?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're like, oh, I can't pick up this beautiful
You're just
crow's
walking
feather.
by sweet feathers and not picking them up?
I'm leaving them everywhere.
Wow.
Me
Are
too.
you picking up the feathers?
I see something nice, I take it.
Oh, no, Greg. Mask mandates are one thing,
Yeah.
but feather etiquette.
to be fair to Greg, every time he does it, he calls it macaroni.
Greg would at least put it to use and put it in his cap. That
Yeah,
is-
yeah. See,
You're
you
not
know what
wasting
I'm
these
talking about.
feathers.
No, they're going to good use.
You going back through it?
Yeah, there's a lot I didn't talk about. This is for my nieces. I do like that. Oh, there's another old cane.
There are 2 canes in here.
I think that's the
Chris,
bottom of an umbrella.
There are like 3. Wait, is it okay if I touch this?
This,
Don't
this
ignore me.
bird, I mean, one umbrella shirt, 3 umbrellas. This is just a bird with a weird fetish.
Yeah, this bird had an itch he needed to scratch.
Maybe the bird is the problem.
Yeah. Weird ass bird putting everything in his mouth.
Normally they make art out of these things. You got it as like as a thank you bag for.
Well, is that really a problem? This is a piece of wood. This is driftwood.
You want that in your stomach?
Well, it kind of does. It's not our fault that the bird ate some wood.
That's true. That's natural.
Yeah, this isn't all us.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes on environmental guilt, everybody. The goddamn trees are killing the birds too, so let's keep that in mind.
I'm leaving.
Sorry.
Wow, this show we're really delivering on the too many hosts element of the show, Chris. That was sort of,
Hosts are weaving in and out.
we're kind of in a multiverse where there really aren't that many hosts.
The hostel verse.
Can I take now to apologize to Greg for trying to one-up your song? I liked
Oh.
the theme song, but it
Yeah.
made me realize there is a theme song out there, and then I did a bad job.
Originally, when you said not to make you feel bad, I was like, I'm not going to feel bad. And then you played it, and then I did feel very bad.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It was very similar, but much better.
You suddenly felt
Oh,
very
okay.
competitive. Oh, thanks, James.
It's James Fritz.
Hey, Greg.
This is such a power move.
That's a powerful entrance.
I asked you to
Wow.
wake up like that.
Hey, Fritz.
James just handed me a drinking challenge in the very beginning of the show, and I'm gonna put that away for now because I'm not feeling that. I feel
2 for 4.
I feel rattled. And legitimately, there was a picture of me doing stand up.
Oh my.
That would have been the 3rd time tonight.
It's so true. There's a picture of me doing stand up holding a beer this big, and I was like. It's like too big to be regular, but not big enough to be a joke. It just looked bizarre. Everything about the photo is out of proportion. I can't do it.
It goes well with the big chair.
That's true. I am sitting in the largest chair anyone's ever devised for one person at a time. We're gonna hop to our first segment of the night. I'm really excited to get back to it. Riffing on gifts with Stevie Nelson.
All right.
And
All All right, Chris, come on up.
Special artistic collaborator Chris Fairbanks is also going to be involved.
Okay.
My artistic ability is mentioned in the lyrics of that song I tried to play.
I heard it.
I think I heard that. Do you want to play it again? We get
No, I'm not. It didn't work already. It already felt bad once.
Chris, you want to sit in the chair with me?
Yeah.
And here I am, one man in a palace of a seat. Oh, I've never felt more comfortable.
This is comfortable. What a comfortable chair.
Isn't that true?
Was this designed for astronauts?
Yeah.
Hold on. I know you're not supposed to do this during it. It just feels.
So do we
Who
have
else?
a?
Are you TikToking?
Here's the.
So here's it's an improv game, Chris. It works like this. We're gonna give you a couple suggestions, and you're gonna come up with a gift based on it.
Steve and I are both uncomfortable because in this position I have no choice but to rest my elbow exactly upon her breast.
My hand is delicately around his waist.
Our hands are vaguely limp like an old
Everything's
painting.
fine. I do find it kind of comfortable, if I'm being honest.
Our hands are positioned like we both have the vapors.
What's like that improv game where you're like playing
Yeah,
hands,
yeah.
but
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Time to eat some of the bread I made in this kitchen. Oh, that is good. I did a good job with this bread.
And then you just release
I guess I'll throw it. Freeze! Oh, thank you, Wayne Brady. Bail us out with another shitty song.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get a couple suggestions for you. Let's do because in honor of Chris's album Rescue Cactus, they're gonna be Rescue Cactus themed suggestions. James, will you provide us a profession where people are rescuing?
lifeguard.
Lifeguard. What a
good
great
one, James.
Okay.
suggestion.
We'll get two more suggestions too.
Maggie, will you give us your favorite kind of cactus?
It's
You could even just describe the shape of it.
I
if you don't know
have
the
to
name
say
of
it's a prickly pear.
it. Prickly pear.
Nice.
pear.
Wonderful
pear.
cactus.
Prickly pear lifeguard. Okay.
And Greg,
I did notice there's a cactus on her tote bag.
I did too. It should
Yeah.
be next to your tote bag.
Mine's American.
Greg, if the moment before a black hole swallows you,
Yes.
what do you think about?
I won the spelling bee in 5th grade.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
thought about that too.
Lifeguard, prickly pear,
Yeah.
spelling bee in 5th grade. All right, it's our time to turn around toward the wall.
Oh, yeah. If you could-
Great.
All right, we have
Okay.
one pen.
We have one.
Okay.
We're gonna give them a couple
I will
minutes to
draw.
work out the gift. They've
Oh,
got a.
goodness.
Too
Got a lot
thick?
to work out.
We give them a
No, I think it's
banquet
good.
of ideas.
I
James
shake
Fritz,
so
Maggie Maye.
much.
Thanks
Okay.
for joining us on Showcase.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just was strategically not introducing you as punishment.
I bribed my way into the show.
It'll always work, James. Just as a question, we can chat about while they're doing this. What's the dumbest thing that you've ever rescued? What's the dumbest thing you've ever rescued? I'll go first. I once waited an hour after a theme park closed to rescue a hat that flew off on the ride, and you never feel stupider. And I never wear the hat anymore. But I rescued it. It was very dumb. James, what's the dumbest thing you've ever rescued?
A bit.
Some of these things you gotta just let die,
Yeah,
James.
James.
Yeah.
But you do, right? You're like, I'm gonna save this
Yeah.
fucking joke.
Never worth it.
There's some jokes I even keep bringing back out, and I know that they're gonna die, so I could try to save it again. I'm like, what's wrong with me?
It's a sadist.
Maggie, what's the dumbest thing you ever rescued?
Okay, so I'm in a Buy Nothing group on Facebook, and I like to use it for, people will come just pick up stuff. I was giving away some tote bags, and somebody kept messaging me about tote bags that they had that they didn't know if I wanted, and I was like, that's really not how this works at all. But apparently she had like a belt holder, and she just kind of pestered me into getting that belt holder. And I was like, what do I need this fucking belt holder for? Like, I don't even really do belts like that. And I now have a belt holder that I don't need, that I was pestered into picking up.
I don't even know what a belt holder is. Belt holder.
It's just like it's a hanger with a bunch of sticks sticking out of it.
Okay. Like
Yeah,
a shoe
almost.
tree for
It
belts.
looks like the spine.
Okay, one of your fancy
Yeah.
belt trees. Wow,
If that
making me
helps
feel
you-
bad.
That helps
Sorry.
you picture it. Yeah, yeah, it's a fancy belt tree.
Who would get rid of one of those?
Wait, how?
Do you want one?
Maggie's stuck with a belt tree she has got no love for.
None.
Is uninvited. Greg, what's the dumbest thing you've ever rescued?
I once caught someone who fell off a ladder,
What?
and they were so drunk they don't even remember, and they would have fallen onto a banister from like 17 feet. I really did this person a solid, and they don't even remember, so it was like, what's the point?
That's horrible. You
what
should
I'm
be a
saying.
hero to this. They should be sending you holiday cards and.
Nothing like that.
Do they not believe you when you tell them that it happened?
It gets like that,
That's wild.
where it's like, no, that was 17 feet, and there was a rail right underneath. You would have hit that rail. Buy me a drink.
How do you feel? How do you feel it's gonna what's gonna happen to you that you interrupted fate like that? Like the
Right.
gods of death came for a soul. You were like, no, 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 and now you know the
Was it a
the
good
balance
person?
is thrown off. The scale.
They
is
don't
not
sound like a
balanced.
good person. Maybe you saved an evil man.
Yeah, I think I might have. So maybe I have to correct my mistake.
Well, stick around for that, everyone. We're gonna get Greg to correct his mistake later in the show.
There will be a
Let's
live
check in-
murder.
Let's check in with
A
Stevie
live
and
murder
Chris.
every week.
Stevie.
Yeah,
Steve,
Paul.
how's that gift coming?
Oh, I wonder if when he was doing the Sistine Chapel, he had someone breathing down his ass.
You know, a couple priests were in there like, so we want to open it for Easter. You know, we got a lot of people coming in through here. It's a pretty small place, actually. You know, everyone
like-
says it's smaller than I thought.
It'll be like it never even happened.
Can you help me?
By Easter, we'll be open.
We need one more minute.
Put a minute on the clock, Paul.
All right, we'll put a minute on the clock.
Question mark.
Okay.
Are you writing 1 minute on that piece of paper?
Yep, 1 minute.
That's the clock.
Just want to
And
remember that.
59, 58.
Make sure I do it. Well, because when you make a list of things, you feel inclined to do all of them. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping the balances of this also. I do need to drink this. Greg, why don't you play some like finish it up music? You know what I mean? Like this helps people wrap it up.
Yeah, some wrap it up music.
They used to do this to Sinatra, and people thought how offensive. He needed it.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
That's great.
Wrap it up. Come on.
Oh my God.
Kind of plodding.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, kind of grimier than I was expecting for it.
You want more of a peppy
Oh,
wrap up?
Peppy, come on.
Yeah, I
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
even
peppy
register
wrap
with
up.
the
A peppy
people.
wrap up. Yeah.
That's great.
Wrap it, wrap it up, wrap it up.
Ooh, that I like.
That was fantastic.
Forgot about that.
All right,
Didn't
it's
work.
dog show time.
Oh yeah, let's bring
Internet
Olive
loves
onto the
dogs.
show.
Hi.
Finally, we're delivering on our too many hosts. We brought our
The mayor of Idlewild.
to the program. This is the longest gift. I guess this is what happens when you provide too many esoteric options to an improv scenario. And just remember that as you're going back out to live entertainment, they ask for a suggestion. Maybe not pose something that carries cosmic weight. We're all learning together. I could have said gas station, or
Yeah.
Okay.
could have given them something much simpler. And I apologize.
Oh, they're ready.
Quit saying what you're saying. We're done.
We're done. But we have some announcements to make beforehand.
Yeah. Some
Okay.
apologies.
We
Okay.
have a few apologies to make.
Okay.
Number one, instead we did a time-lapse video so you could see our process.
Wow.
We will turn this into a GIF later, but it's more interesting as a time-lapse.
Yeah. And just a reminder, the G in GIF stands for graphic. So if you still say GIF, you're a real gurk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pickle?
Okay. All right, we're ready. We'd like a nice zoom in to our art before we really reveal this.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
important.
here we go. This is our time-lapse replay of the suggestion being spelling bee, prickly pear cactus. What the fuck did Fritz say? Lifeguard.
Lifeguard.
Here we go. Wait.
Play the
Wait.
music. Play the wait music. Oh wait, we're back. Whoa. Wow.
And it says,
Can you use help me in a sentence?
the lifeguard is a bee.
The lifeguard's a bee.
That's good. All right.
And that could be in the New Yorker or any expired
We're okay
print.
with any publication that
Yeah.
people don't read.
This is up for grabs. It has not been syndicated by the United Feature Syndicate Committee.
Yeah.
It's a free agent.
That's great work.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And we'll have that available on the Showcase Twitter and Instagram. You can check it out. Thank you for riffing with gifts with
we
Stevie
take a
Nelson
bow?
and Chris Fairbanks.
Oh, both of our mics.
And now
Thank you.
there's
Hi, can I pet
Want me to
this
move
dog?
here?
I can move it.
my Stevie. No, Stevie can come here.
Too many hosts.
One thing that we love here at Showcase is connecting with our fans and everybody at home. And we know that a lot of people have been dying to reach out to us because we really cover a lot of great material on this program. And that's why we've opened up the lines to our friends and fans in a new segment called Hotline Hotline. All right, give us some Hotline
Come on,
music.
baby.
Oh, yes. All right, that was perfect.
Nice.
That was great. So if you want to, we're going to be posing questions to you every week. We'd love to have you call in and answer them. This week's question was, when is too much the perfect amount? Chris, do you have any, when do you think too much is the perfect amount?
Oh, you mean like with
With anything.
Parmesan cheese?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
exactly with Parmesan cheese.
Yeah. Oops. I should have said when like a minute ago. Guess I have to eat it all.
Oh, freshly, when they get the grater? Oh, man. I go, grate it the long way. Go down the long part of the cheese.
Great until it hits your knuckles.
Save that. So we actually did pose this. We put this up, and we got a few calls already. So thanks everybody who did. We're gonna.
What's our hotline number?
Oh yeah, give out the number.
Our hotline number is 323-473-4252. You
That's-
can call it anytime.
323-473-4752?
Wrong, 4252.
Okay, good.
Wait.
Put it in your phone and save it as Showcase, and it's really fun to have Showcase in your phone. I gotta say.
Drunk dials welcome.
Drunk
Yeah.
Dials welcome. We'll post the new question every week. It'll be on the
Voicemail.
on the voicemail, so you
Yeah.
can make sure you're answering the. If you're answering last week's question, I don't know.
We don't know what you're doing.
You don't want that kind of roasting. I don't want to give that kind of amount of showtime to it, but we would absolutely light you up. So, in the spirit of that, this week, can we play one of these?
We're going to play it, and we're going to play it as close to our mics as possible.
I've tried to do that tonight.
Perfect amount. I don't know. I think it depends on what you're using. Like, if you have chocolate syrup, there's no perfect amount.
You know what? This is not the one I
Whoa,
meant
whoa,
to put.
whoa.
What did he say?
This guy's sort of talking about if you have chocolate
It's
syrup.
too sexy. This one was too
That
sexy.
guy sounded naked. That guy sounded naked.
I'm really sorry.
He
That guy was
he just
naked.
whispered it a little too
Yeah.
much for it to
I'm sorry.
not be
That was actually the wrong one.
People, let me just encourage you, don't place the call while you're in bed.
Yeah.
If you're in your pajamas, don't.
Yeah.
Notice how when Chris answered, it was like funny immediately, and he was just talking about a regular thing that wasn't us. You talking about you in bed,
Okay.
chocolate syrup, yeah.
That's
We're
because
back
he's
to
wearing
the
pants.
calling
non-sexy
people
answer.
laying down for any reason anyway. Like, why are you laying down calling people?
Yeah.
You in 8th grade?
Hey, are
Don't
you?
do it to
do I,
us.
am I hearing sheets? I'm hearing. If I hear the rustling of sheets, so help me.
All right, back on track. Here we go.
Hi, this is Nathan, and too much is the perfect amount when it comes to sunscreen, obviously, because you never have enough. We're always forgetting spots, especially if you're single and you don't have someone else to lather you up. Unless you get that sunscreen that was bad or expired and ended up causing cancer. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, Google it. So make sure that you're using too much sunscreen unless it's the cancer-causing kind.
Dude, thank you for the caveat. I hate to, you know, when you're in the middle of giving someone advice, and you're like, I don't believe this shit at all. Why am I saying this?
Okay, so our next
That really
one.
took a turn.
It did, yeah.
Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that.
He also gave us homework to look it up.
Yeah, Google it.
Google it.
It's so cocky.
Yeah.
You Google it. Fuck off.
Fuck off, but
No.
call us next week, Nathan.
Maybe this is why you don't have someone to help you hit all those spots.
Yeah. You don't know
Alright.
where on my back I want lotion? Why don't you Google it?
I don't think a relationship lasts 5 more weeks after you tell your person to Google it.
What if you
You're
tell?
like,
What if?
that's how it's gonna be?
What if this slips
I'm
and you're
finding you
like,
a
Bing
podcast.
it? And you're like, oh. And they're like, what'd you say? And you're like, oh, nothing. I gotta go.
I didn't mean to.
Don't ask me, ask Jeeves.
Yeah. I don't know how to control what is my default search engine.
All right, we have one more that.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's do a palate cleanser just for fun. Let's have.
What are we gonna do?
James, when do you think too much is the perfect amount?
Oh, when it's the skulls of my enemies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
still a little sexual, but
Why is that sexual?
What?
I just know James. I know what he meant by that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, and another palate cleanser.
Hello, my name is
skull
Michelle
fucker.
Pat. I'm a friend of the show. You may know me from television appearances on the FX series Cake, my incredible work on Antisocial Distance, which also stars Stevie Nelson, or perhaps my appearance on the Showcase show. Anyway, I just thought I should let you know that too much is the perfect amount when it comes to cake or cookies or love. In terms of receiving love, yeah, too much is probably the perfect amount. Have a good afternoon or night or whenever you hear this. Thanks very much for your time.
Unless you're getting that kind of love that causes cancer.
Google it.
Hey, Google it.
That's funny. Both of those that we listened to, they all gave a little bit of extra advice beyond just recommending. That's interesting. What do you think, Stevie? When is too much the perfect amount?
I think like too many dachshunds is the perfect amount. I think like a room, if this room was filled with dachshunds, like imagine hundreds of dachshunds, every color, every type of hair running around, no one would be mad in here. No one.
No, we'd be bewildered. You know, something happened. Something happened.
Yeah.
You've never seen this.
A little frightened.
Okay.
Fritz would be scared.
I love dogs. Oh no. I'm going to be killed by the thing I said I loved. It's like a weird monkey's paw type deal.
Yeah.
It could happen. Maggie, when do you think too much is the perfect amount?
It's my favorite quote from Tu Wong Fu.
Yes.
Larger than life is just the right size.
That feels good. I love that movie. Time to revisit.
Thanks for everything,
right.
Julie
Julie
Newmar.
Newmar.
I just know the title. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's my favorite movie.
Have you
Is
seen
John
the-
Leguizamo in it?
Yeah.
That's why I
Oh,
haven't
he's so
seen
good.
it. I know. I love him. I like him a lot.
That sounds like you guys have beef.
Oh God, have you seen his stand-up?
Woo! Wait. Is this because he stole your idea for House of Buggin'?
Everything from the pest to being the villain in
Spawn?
Spawn. I love me some Guisano.
I feel like I have no idea what Chris's stance on him is anymore.
No, it goes deeper and deeper down both roads of either really likes him or really.
This dog loves it when you talk shit about other people's comedy.
She's like, I'm on his side. Whatever side that is. Get on the winning team.
Yeah, I'm not talking. You know, we're not talking about his acting work. Just a stand-up.
Chris, I was listening to your album today, Rescue Cactus.
Well, now, because I just talked bad about someone else's stand-up, it's better be
It better no. It
Is
was
it
better
okay
be.
if we all talk bad about it, or?
about John
Talk
Leguizamo's
bad about
stand-up.
your album. That wasn't my plan, but I mean, had a couple notes. No, I'm just. That's the worst. Sometimes, well, I have one album out, and I have had people come and give a punch up on a joke that is recorded. It's like, friend, it's not getting any better. All right, that's how good it got. Sorry, we didn't meet your standard expectations.
My old roommate, when I did Conan, he gave me a note on a joke. Right, Nate gave me.
Nate, sure.
And
this
it
all
was
checks out.
and it was a good note, and I used it on that joke from that day forward. I'm like, God damn it, you're right. It was just like, you should repeat this reminder before the punchline. Just say that again. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Fine.
And I did it on the show. It wasn't even on the prompter.
Ooh.
Wow, you went off prompt?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, wouldn't do that. Leguizamo.
Johnny Legs, too scared.
Johnny Legs and Joey Pants. They should work together.
should.
Legs and Pants.
Legs and Pants.
Oh, God.
The old vaudeville.
Yeah.
Get the vaudeville back together.
Yeah.
I loved your joke in it. You talk about valets and how they all have a little podium, and that struck me as hilarious. Like one of those hilarious true things when I love when a comedian tells a joke that is like, oh, wow, like you just wonder why your brain has never processed how insane that is as a as
It's
the
right.
standard.
I always say that, and it's never gotten even a chuckle.
What?
That valet guys are standing at a
Oh,
little
well, you
podium.
should say it like this.
You should
Text Nate.
They don't know. Hey, we have you on speaker.
That's crazy to me because I heard that and I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Why didn't I think of that? I would never stop talking about that. It's the funniest. That's so.
They always have a little podium.
I want to ask a question based off of that for you and for everybody. What other occupation deserves a podium? I feel like because it's a status raiser for sure.
I have one. The crossing guard. They have to sit
yeah.
in a lawn chair that they have to bring from home.
Yeah,
You want kids to take that seriously and really confide in a stranger to get them across the street? You give them a podium.
It's actually one of the most important jobs.
They're saving kids all day.
BYOC.
Yeah. And we give more respect to some politician trying to stop abortion.
Get them.
He gets a podium.
Right.
Yeah, they cart a podium out to anywhere they speak. That's horseshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, who do you think deserves a podium?
Let's see. Should have known it was coming. You just asked it.
Yeah.
I feel like you had.
I was gonna say crossing guard.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was great, but Chris.
I cheated
Oh,
a little.
did you just-
I think I have a joke about crossing guards, and it's just like I started going over that set list. So I just grabbed from another joke.
I think like mice would look really cute with a little
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
That is
That's
cute.
good.
A mouse with a top hat and a little Lincoln beard.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know they're gonna
No
stop.
rats.
They're gonna stop doing testing on mice if you start putting them behind podiums.
Yeah.
Well, now we see what they bring to society.
I think I realize now this all stems from my deep love of Mouse and the Motorcycle, and I've always just wanted to see mice doing adult things.
Yeah.
Just elevating them at every step of the way.
Yeah.
What a big heart.
Did they ever do a Mouse and the Motorcycle movie?
I was just Stuart Little.
Yeah,
One and
dude.
two.
Yeah, the mouse
Any
and the
little race
motorcycle.
car.
He didn't brand very well.
Are those both
Was it 'cause he was too
Judy
masculine?
Bloom?
Name the fucking mouse. I'm sorry. Look,
Wow.
Look, anyway, look, if you don't want to make your book successful, don't put, hey, all right. Greg,
Yes,
what
Paul?
else? What other occupation do you think
I
deserves
guess
a podium?
Mouse isn't an occupation.
I was gonna say mouse as an occupation. James obviously heard me
Like
thinking.
Johnny
it.
Legs. I don't play
I was
with
like, oh, because when I was a kid and people were like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, a mouse. A mouse. How about the question is what
See, I gotta get better at
deserves a
stalling.
podium?
Yeah.
How about
And then you just say the first thing that
You have
pops
10
in your head.
answers.
You guys.
people that put coral reef that's in places where there's dead coral reef?
Wow.
What is that occupation?
Yeah.
was
People
the first
that
thing.
install.
Wow, let's do more of that.
I couldn't agree more. We're gonna move on to the next segment 'cause I feel like.
Maggie's gotta do it.
Sure. Maggie, what occupation do you think deserves a podium?
I feel like sex workers do not get a lot of respect, so
Oh my
give them some podiums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Absolutely.
be able to,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should just show up to, I don't know where they go, but show up with a podium so you know to respect them immediately.
They usually show up at like a bed, I think.
Put a podium right next to the bed.
Yeah, yeah.
They can lean up.
Ooh, this is a great
Instead of a
invention.
microphone,
Ooh, a
they're
bed
just-
podium.
A
I like
bed
that.
podium.
Like
Like
a
that
Murphy
thing
bed.
you get? That thing you get? That like
Full
you get
score, and
breakfast
7
on in
years
bed?
ago, I made you come. Wait, was I doing Lincoln as a Kennedy?
No, you were doing dominatrix Lincoln.
Bad.
I could not have deconstructed that without you telling me what happened. I was like, scene star.
It was Lincoln as a Kennedy as a mouse.
Oh my God, sexy.
Yeah.
What about
Someone
what
draw
about you,
that for
Steven?
us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sexy Lincoln mouse dominatrix
Podium.
podium. Chat, get on it. Thank you.
make it happen.
Just
Stevie,
DM me.
Who do you think deserves a podium?
I think gynecologists deserve a podium.
Yeah.
And then you can just like announce stuff at the podium. Congratulations, you don't have HPV anymore. Or like, oopsie, you're pregnant. And they like stand at the podium so you know it's serious. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
And so scary.
Also, they're farther away, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, get away from me.
And if it's
Yeah.
something you didn't like, Pelosi could rip up the speech behind it.
Yeah, and keep emailing everyone nonstop.
I was going to answer, but I don't have a good answer. So we're going to move on to the next segment. Ladies and everybody. This was for
There's
ladies.
no gentleman.
I say ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, what
Let's get rid of
what a
it.
verbal tick. What
Yeah.
a verbal tick for introducing stuff. Couldn't care this. Pets and everyone, enjoy this next segment. It's one of my favorite Candy News and World Report with Maggie Maye.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you want to go up there? Do you want to go up there?
So, I wanted to do in honor of Rescue Cactus to bring some cactus candy, but I couldn't get any cactus candy in the 2 days in which I got the idea. So I did something different. So a rescue cactus is, it's nice. It's the two different things, a rescue and a cactus, which means it's something that's has connotations of comfort, or something that is prickly. So I have in this bag, Maggie's bag of comfort. So the candies in here, everyone gets to choose, and the candies are either a comforting candy or they're a prickly candy of some sort.
You're
Who
excited
would like
that
to
way?
choose?
Someone turn out the lights.
I had it on tight and it just looked good.
Chris, what do you want? Do you want a comforting candy or a prickly candy?
I want a prickly candy.
Come pick,
All right.
and I'll tell you if it's a comfort or a prickly one.
Hey.
What's this one?
That's a comfort one.
It's a comfort one. What's this one?
Oh, that's a prickly one.
So you just,
Show everybody what it is.
Ooh!
Ooh. Warhead.
Yes. Yes, everyone
Warheads?
forgets that warheads are still out here tearing up people's roofs of their mouths and shit. Warheads is still undefeated.
It says hard candy. It says extreme sour. It says intense flavor.
Everyone doesn't get it.
It's gonna prickle the shit out of your
It says
tongue.
war, and there's 5 different fruits on it.
I mean, you want to talk about a gateway drug? I feel like warheads marches kids down the wrong fucking path
Yeah.
starting in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Is this gonna burst in my mouth?
We get a close up of his face when the sour hits.
Yeah, this is like a prank candy.
Who's
Prickly-
next?
I would like a comforting candy. Let me get up here. Oh, that's your phone.
Is this a joke?
Comfort candy.
Oh.
It's a Milky Way
Yeah,
from
that's
7th grade. So comfortable, and it doesn't have nuts in it, just in case you've developed a nut allergy.
It's starting to
Well,
get.
Can I get one?
Yes.
it's comforting until you
Do I
start
have to
thinking
tell
about
you what I want or no?
infinite size of space. And
I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
I like it
Oh,
now.
that you got those are fruit snacks. Now people forget how fruit snacks are also a candy, and they're comforting because they actually bring you back to childhood. And these particular fruit snacks have a great mouthfeel like candy, but you can choose another one because that one was a
Why?
that was a whammy one.
What have I
Not this
deserved?
one.
Not that one.
Oh, that's a comfort one too. From 7th grade.
Like in the beginning.
Who is next, Greg?
May contain egg.
Egg?
Oh, that's a prickly one.
Yeah, every 10th
I got
box
a
has an
prickly
egg
one.
in it.
That is a shark because sharks bite.
yeah.
And those might bite you back if you don't bite the head
That's
right.
the kind of candy I like.
Oh, I can't move, but I would love. Oh,
All right. Who wants one of my candies? They're comforting.
With young horse hoof.
only the youngest horse hoof.
A.
Gummy
Thank
cupcakes.
you. Ooh.
And
That is
then one
comfortable.
last one.
my old stage name.
Ring Pops. And these are comforting candies because they're fun to wear on your hand, and also when you put them in your mouth, it's kind of like a pacifier. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's the thing.
We're going
You
raving.
can get this.
I think Chris got to a bad part of the work.
No, they get good after you suck off the vinegar and salt.
You know what? I read that on Reddit.
You don't believe me? Google it.
Global. You get one that
Thank
says
you.
global.
Yes.
Oh, wow, a ring pop. I've never had one.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we are excited.
Goddamn, Chris.
May
Wow.
contain
Yeah,
egg.
it's been a
Dude, look
Can
at
I
this
grab one
been
of
a
those?
long time.
Yes, many. You can have
Yeah,
many.
are there any more of those warheads? I want to try.
I want to try one too.
I forgot
Here,
how bad they are.
brace
I'll
yourself.
try
It's
one, too.
serious. You can't not make a face.
No, this is like I'm gonna start doing this instead of coffee.
They're hard
It's
candy.
okay. It's okay.
They're
Okay.
just marketing
Wow.
grandpa candy in your pocket to kids.
This is a great segment for our microphones.
Yeah.
How's the sound?
Yeah. Are you getting the crunch? I know. I feel like a lot of people at home are really loving this segment.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, ASMR.
If you like this bit, come past the paywall where there's a lot more of ASMR.
Oh my God.
Is there?
Right?
Yeah, man.
It's awful.
Overwhelming.
Everyone,
Wow.
hey, do your De Niro.
Oh my God, that's everyone that tries those candies is going to do a De Niro impression. You have no choice.
Oh my God. That's been Candy News and World Report. We're back, you guys. Woo. I got past the first line of defense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it turns right into a walking.
My mouth's so relieved.
So good. Yum.
That was crazy.
Yum. Yum. Sweet. Mouth. Into right into a Schwarzenegger. This is the hackiest candy.
Oh my God. Wow. Thank you, Maggie. Thanks for that was a lot of
That's a lot of candy.
there's a lot of reporting you just happened. That was a full I feel like that's a full hour's worth of reporting that you condensed into 2 minutes.
I love that I'm 46 and I've never been married, and there's no, and I just put a child's candy on my ring finger.
That was the first finger I put it on too.
You're like, isn't it nice?
Maybe.
What if?
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
fun?
Well, maybe. I'll just get more
My
plants.
grandma's.
Having your grandmother's ring pop? What a world.
It was a word.
We've had such a wonderful time on the show so far. Thank you everyone for joining us, especially Chris for joining us, being our first guest on the show.
Thanks.
Not every moment is a big, flashy showbiz moment. A lot of the more important moments are small and intimate, and that's why it brings us to our final segment of the night, Conversation Pit, where we're going to get a little more intimate. So everybody can come and sit down on the floor here around the table. I just feel like it's nice. You know, we spend so much time looking at each other professionally across tables and in big chairs of importance, but let's all come down together and get on the same page and just be together. Oh, I can't give you candy, you're a dog. It's just a personal rule. One of the things that I think is really important in life is to recognize that there's hard times, right, Greg?
There's some hard times out there, Paul.
And that's okay. We can't always be trying to cheer ourselves up, and that's why it's important to dig into the hard times, and that's bringing us to this segment tonight, Sad Affirmations, where we will provide things that will help you get through some of the sad things in life that are just kind of a big bummer, but really, not too bad. I'll go first time, because I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't have one, and you don't have to have a favorite color anymore. It feels like you're letting go of something, but it's bullshit. A favorite color? Who cares? I don't have a favorite color anymore, and it felt sad, like you have to have an answer to this, and now I just fucking don't.
Wow.
That's my sad affirmation. You don't have to have a favorite color anymore. Let it go. What about you, Greg? What's a sad affirmation that gets you through the day?
My sad affirmation that gets me through the day is, I have chosen not to be ticklish anymore.
Let me test that.
I had that robbed from me, so it hurts to hear that said. But
Wait, how did you have ticklishness?
How do we know you were ever ticklish?
That's one of the side effects of the big C.
yeah, you get
Wait,
COVID.
one of the side effects of COVID is not being ticklish?
No, I don't think that that's true, but it could be.
It could be if you want it to be.
If you want to hire me for a clinical trial, I'll think about it. Stevie, why don't you share a sad affirmation with us?
Okay. Something I like to say to myself is, you did your best, but it wasn't nearly good enough. And honestly, nobody cares.
So true. That really helps.
Right?
I worked so hard on this list today. Doesn't matter.
No.
I
you
love
could've-
that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
No one cares that I wrote down 1 minute, and I needed to. James.
Yeah. In a similar theme, it's always good to remember that Jewel had the best-selling book of poetry in the history of the United States. And that more people will watch the next Marvel movie than will watch the next Scorsese movie, even if it's about his own death.
Okay, that's an extremely long affirmation.
So go get them.
Could you just to restate? I feel
So
like
why not go for it? Disney's gonna own it all one day anyway.
Oh, that's
show.
a great affirmation. Disney's gonna own it all one day
You
anyway.
gave us like 3 you were like, baby, do I have a sad
the show
affirmation?
Disney Showcase just to get ahead of it.
We'll look into that. That's not a bad idea. We take all ideas. Maggie, why don't you share us? Oh my God!
Did you guys hear the doggy?
I think you bummed the dog out.
The dog didn't know Scorsese had died.
Say what?
He's not dead yet. He's just going to die soon.
She's like, get off of me.
No, he's all better now. And the Coen brothers broke up. That's weird.
What?
Yeah, they're not making. One of them doesn't want to make movies
They're
anymore.
not brothers
They
anymore.
can't break up.
That's what I thought.
They're related.
Wait, is the Coen brothers breaking up a sad affirmation?
I was just
Is that real?
the dog's an auteur fan.
Well, that's what happens when they cancel Thanksgiving. COVID. Yet another thing we've lost because of
the
COVID.
COVID brothers, that's
The
what
COVID brothers.
Yeah.
Want to know a funny way to eat a ring pop?
Yeah.
Oh no.
This really takes away all credibility.
Chris, no.
Isn't that just comforting?
Do I know how fast I was going, officer? No, I don't. I'm a baby.
A baby driver.
And then you attach your little podium to the window.
He goes, all right, official business. Maggie, what's a sad affirmation that keeps you going?
So what if a piece of spicy candy just shreds the inside of your mouth? It leaves space for growth.
Wow.
That's great.
Some candy Shiva.
That's beautiful because, like, you know, I stopped eating Captain Crunch for that same reason, and that's bullshit. I gotta allow that it's encouraging me to develop scar tissue on the roof of my mouth and grow that way. That's powerful, Maggie. Thank you. Powerful. Chris, thanks for being our guest this week. Will you leave us with a sad affirmation to keep everybody going at home?
I feel better about it right now because I think you're all having trouble with it. I never, even as a child, could sit on the floor. I've never sat cross-legged before, or as they used to call it.
No.
Don't say it. They crisscross applesauce.
Seriously, let's address. Let's address.
Don't do it!
We're on Tongva land.
Here, you want this? Never mind. But you all have to do what I've always done. Yeah, where's my bag at? Yeah! The number 3 or 4 country in the world.
That's us pretty close. And thank you, Chris. That's it for all of us here at Showcase, the show with too many hosts. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.